business back into an office, and I've scheduled this as a weekly live, so it's kind of a thing now, and I feel a little bit nervous. And I've had a few more subscribers over the last few months. I'm heading towards that 1,000, so I'm kind of feeling like, oh, this is a real thing now. So yeah, a little bit nervous. Fantastic mindset and methods. Lovely to have you here all the way from Ireland. Fantastic. I've never been to Ireland. So, back in my office where I used to run my businesses before I retired a year ago. So I retired on the 10th, excuse me, on the 10th of June, 2024, which is a very special day for me. It's my mother's birthday, or was my mother's birthday, excuse me. And yeah, I retired, and after a couple of months, I was like, I kind of need something. And I was really missing my online audience. I was missing talking about personal development things. So I restarted actually an old channel that I'd had when I wrote my book, Flourish, which is behind me there. And yeah, just started posting random stuff for a start. And then kind of thought, okay, yeah, I really miss the personal development stuff. It's something that I made a commitment to back in 1989 when I first started therapy, and it helped me so much that I decided I would be on this path for the rest of my days. So a little bit about me. My background is in the corporate world in executive support, administration, management, and training over about 30 years, I guess. And in 2013, I left the corporate world in a burned out heap. Came home to our property here in Tauranga, which is 3 hours south of our main city in New Zealand, Auckland, where we both worked. Took 3 months off, got myself back together, and decided I wanted something to do for a job that I could be anywhere and do it. My husband still worked in the other city Monday to Friday, and I wanted to be able to be with him or be at our home here in Tauranga. So I started a copywriting business. I had previously written website content, and I'd done, I'd worked on projects, and I'd done technical writing, and I've always loved writing. So I started a copywriting business, did that for 3 years, and then started my furniture painting business, and did that for 7 years, and then wrote my book, did some coaching, and yeah, so that's me. So Naz, when did I start writing? Naz, I fell in love with writing as a 14-year-old in high school. So when, and I talk about this in my book, when all of the other kids in high school were dreading the next English, essay assignment, I couldn't wait. I loved writing. I think it was something that, as a 14-year-old who had lost her mother 2 years prior, I look back, I think it was something I could get lost in. And my dad always loved writing. He was a very good writer. Not that he published anything, but he was always very good with his writing when he was managing businesses. And I think I got that from him, and I think it was something I could kind of immerse myself in at that time in my life. So loved it. Always knew that I would write a book, but life being life in the corporate world, I started books many times, but it wasn't until the summer of 2020 that I started and wrote my first book, the first draft, in about a month, actually. So that was a time when I was doing a lot of reflecting, and there's a whole story around that as well. But let me know if you want more stories. If you do, I can tell them. If you don't, that's all good. So let me know what is going on for you. Where are you at in your life in terms of taking it to the next level? What do you need help with? What would you like to what's your next goal in your life? So for me, my next goal is finding balance between YouTube and retirement. So I'm someone who goes all in. Um, as you've seen, I'm there supporting you all, which I love doing. I've been trying to upload something most days on my channel. And when I was in business, that was just how I was. I was all in. And now that I'm retired, it's not a full-time thing. It's not a business, although I'd love to monetize at some point. It's an interest for me in retirement, and it's a way I can support other people. I'm still doing a little bit of coaching, but trying to balance that so that it's not taking up a whole lot of my time is my challenge right now, and I'm finding it hard. You're building your home mindset, and we're about to break ground this week. Oh, wow, how exciting. That is so exciting. I remember building a house years ago, and each stage was just so exciting. It's such a wonderful thing to do, and a lot of people, I don't know about where you are, but a lot of people in New Zealand have a lot of drama with building, and there's this belief that building a house is really hard, and building a house is really awful, and it's really stressful. And yes, when I built a house, gosh, it was 25 years ago, but there were times when it was stressful, but overall, the experience was amazing. And I really loved it. And it was easy. I mean, yes, we had a contracting company do it for us. And of course, they manage everything. But there's certain things along the way that, you have to make decisions on, or things. I remember one part, the bench top turned up and I didn't realize it was going to be that small, and it just didn't look right, and they had to remake it. And but that's the only thing that I can remember in the whole build. So yeah, fantastic. That's such an exciting thing. And right from the beginning of the planning stages, and buying the land and the planning stages, and throughout the build process. So when do you hope to have it be in it? Let me know. I'd love to hear. Cheryl, we love the process of building your first home. We put in a swimming pool, and I missed that. We moved. Yeah, it's a great, great process, and having a swimming pool would be amazing. I think are you in Florida, Cheryl? I'm just trying to remember. I know you're in the US, but I just can't remember where. I imagine that would be really wonderful, building a home and being able to, landscape and build the swimming pool as well. I had a pool once, number of years ago, and then as a child we had a pool, and yeah, it was just such a great thing. I remember in the 70s as a child spending many, many, many hours either in or lying beside that pool, with all of my family. So great memories. Yes, near West Palm Beach, right. Yes, I thought you were in Florida. Yes, it would be too cold for an island, that's for sure. And where we live in New Zealand, it's not super cold, but it's been a little bit cold this winter for us. We've had some mornings of 2 degrees, 2 Celsius. I know that's not cold compared to some parts of the world, but for us, it's cold. And of course, we spent a month in the South Island last month, and that gets down to the minuses. Not big minuses like some of you, but it does get down to minus. So yeah. So what's on your mind? When I started my personal development journey way back it was 1989 that I started therapy, and 1987 that I first kind of started the ball rolling. I used to commute to work with a lovely woman who was about 20 years older than me, and she used to talk to me about personal development and spiritual things. And she suggested that I read, she knew I was struggling, and she suggested that I read You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. So I did that. And, people always say the book changed my life. But what I say is the book enabled me to change my life. So, we can read as many books as we want. We can read tens of hundreds of thousands of books, but until we take action, the book is actually no good to us. So that book enabled me to change my life. It opened me up to a whole new way of thinking. And that's when it started. And then 2 years later, I knew that I needed to go into therapy to sort out my issues from when my mother had passed when I was younger, and it just went from there. Hi, Nicola. Great to have you here. Cheryl, your boss just came back from Ireland where they had a golf tournament. Oh, cool. So that is my little story about how I started this journey. What else would you like to know about me? Let me know. What questions have you got? And what's one thing that is a goal for you right now? What's your next goal in life? Maybe we can chat about that, and maybe we can help each other out. That's what it's all about. So I've been following all of you on your YouTube channels, and it's been really amazing these past few months on YouTube. I think you'll all agree that this is such a supportive, amazing platform that, that just helps us grow in so many ways. Like, I've found that for me, it's got me back into, doing these lives, which I used to do on Facebook all the time. It's got me back into recording videos and posting and sharing, and which has been really, really great. Do I think AI is going to taking over writers? I'm aware that AI is being used a lot for writing, but I'm also aware that a lot of people say, and I see this to a degree, that you can tell straight away when it's AI. There's so many, probably not so much now as a year ago, but there used to be a lot of similar phrases that it would always use. It's probably got a whole lot better with that now. But I'm sure that a lot of people are using AI. Well, I know they are, to write books. I use it to write my YouTube descriptions. But oops, that was me knocking my microphone. I hope I haven't. No, I haven't. My little green light's still on. That's good. But I always try to read it and just change words that are not really words that I would use. So it's got my, sound and tone and feel to it, because I think it can be very similar in what it kind of spits out for us all. So yeah, I'm writing my second book at the moment, and I'm about to go on a retreat for a few days sometime this month or next month to finish the first draft. And there's such a temptation to use AI, which I probably will for certain aspects, like to generate ideas or flesh something out and then put that back into my own words. But I've done most of the draft, so I won't need to use that a whole lot. I hope that answers your question. Nicola, my current goal is I'm working on my recipe blog to launch this month. Oh, fantastic. You'll have a link in your description on your channel, won't you? You guys, if you're into cooking, check out Nicola's recipes because they're amazing. And if you're into growing your YouTube channel, check out the new Creator Club, because Naz has a school community. Oh, my voice is croaky this morning. I'm sorry. He's got a school community that he runs. His videos are amazing. You'll learn so much about YouTube from the new Creator Club, so check them out. Naz, you spent about 18 months in Dublin 15 years ago. I go back every couple of years. Oh, yeah, it's so close for you, isn't it, Naz? You've got all those. Craig and I were talking about that when we were in the South Island. We said, imagine if we were in the UK, we could just, in our camper van, we could just hop over to France or Italy or, wherever. It would be amazing. Lots of work, Nicola. Yes, a blog is lots of work. I used to have a blog. I had a blog when I had my copywriting business, and I also had a blog with my furniture painting business. And yes, they are a lot of work, but I love writing. So I would batch my blogs. I would get up in the morning, and I would write. Sometimes I would write 4 blog posts and schedule them for one a week for 4 weeks. And I was just in the zone, and I was writing and writing and writing. And, by lunchtime, I'd written 4 blog posts and scheduled them, and it was done for the next month. And it was amazing. I loved it. And I did that with all of my social media posts as well. I used to post them a month at a time. And I started doing that on this channel with the community posts as well, because it just makes it so much easier. And I can just say, okay, I'm going to spend an hour or a couple of hours scheduling posts, and then they're done. So it's really easy. Oh, and the other thing, if you've got any questions about business that I can help with, let me know too, because I had 3 businesses over the decade of 2013 to 2023, and more than happy to help with any of that. I'm going to upload a bit more about business. I've got one video I did last week about the 7 things I'd do if I was starting a business today. So if that interests you, check that out. Yeah. You have plans how to drive traffic to the blog. I'm keeping YouTube as is. Okay, so your blog is, it's a cooking blog, Nicola, is that right? I imagine it is. Right, just catching up. How did I find new clients for my copywriting business? So, Naz, I had just left the corporate world, and as I said, I'd been in the corporate world at that point for 25 or 30 years. So, for the previous decade, I had been contracting. I was in 2 full-time roles just prior to leaving, but prior to that, I'd been a contractor for 20 years. So, in administration management, executive support, marketing support, all of those types of roles. So I had a lot of contacts. So what I did initially was I emailed everybody I knew and said, hey, this is what I'm doing now. Here's a link to my website. I'd love to help you out if there's anything that I can help you out with. One of my lovely human resources managers I worked with, who's still a very good friend, she came back, and my first job was to go and spend 2 months in a business I'd previously worked in doing HR documentation for them. So, and then I got other contracts from there. I started my social media, and I was promoting it there. I had a website, and I also started reaching out to other people once I got into business groups on Facebook, things like that. I would just email them. Sometimes I would find businesses that I thought might need documentation. I would just approach them, either the HR people or the administration management, or if senior managers, something like that. I would just email them and then follow them up with a phone call. So that was how I kind of got started. And I also what I used to do is I would offer on Facebook to do website reviews. So I would look at someone's website and do a free review and just go over it and let them know about the navigation, because navigation on a website is really, really important. If it's too clunky and there's too many clicks, people will just click away. Whether it was visually appealing, whether it flowed, whether the content on it was concise. There's certainly a way on a website to write that is really important. So all of those things, I would spend about 10 minutes, and then I'd send them a report, email them a report, and say, these are the things that are great, these are the things that need improving. and this is what it will cost to do that for you. And every time I quoted someone for a job, I gave them a range. So what I did was I said it will be between $200 and $300, for example. And there's a couple of reasons I did that. One, because when you're working on something like that, you don't know how long it's going to take. So that was to cover me. And the second thing was that when I did that, I made sure that the upper limit was a limit that I could come in, that I was fairly confident I could come in under, so that they would be happy because I hadn't charged the maximum or over the maximum, and I would cover my hours. So that's a long-winded answer. Sorry, Naz, but I hope that answers it. Hi, Charles, with welcome. Thank you for joining us here, Kathryn. You are reminding me I need to go live, do live streams. Still need to check more of your videos. Yes, please do check my videos. Look, just go live. Just do it. So the last few times I've gone live, which have been on various different things before I decided to call this Next Level Life, I went live on my phone, but now I'm just going live direct through YouTube. I thought, hey, I'm back in my office. I thought I'd just make it easy for myself. So I'm here direct on YouTube, and that was super easy apart from my mic, something going wrong with my mic when I first went live this morning. So yeah, I would advise you to just do it, whether it be from your computer or your phone. Just do it. You'll learn as you'll go. You'll really enjoy it or not, and you'll decide to do more or not. And I think that's a really good philosophy in business in general and in life. Give things a go. I have done that so many times. Sometimes I've loved it. Other times I haven't. And it's all good. Either way, I've learned. So Cheryl, how are you going live today through YouTube Studio? Just through YouTube. Just on your channel at the top, create the live, schedule it, and then you go back into it through Studio to actually click the little live button to actually go live. So I can't share my screen or anything here because I don't have that software at the moment, but at some point I will get that. So yeah. Just looking at the comments. So yeah, super easy. Kathryn, known you since the beginning and learned so much from you. You have been amazing, Nicola. Thank you. Well, all of you have your support. I just want to say that I really, really appreciate it. It's such an amazing platform here. I think there's so much to be said for YouTube in comparison to social media platforms. I'm just going to get my blanket to put on my knees because I'm a bit chilly. When I was on the Meta platforms, it was, don't get me wrong, it was fantastic for business. It's how I grew my 3 businesses and ran them. But since I've been on YouTube, it's a whole different ballgame, and I've not had one nasty comment yet. I'm still small. Apparently they come when you get bigger, so we'll see. But I've got a strategy for managing those. So there's one little button to hit that gets rid of that. So yeah, it's just such a different thing here on YouTube, and so supportive, amazing. Where does this passion for helping others come from? Yes, Naz. My brother was the same. My brother, who was my sole sibling, I've got a big family, and he passed from brain cancer back on New Year's Eve 2019, which was perfect for him. He was a guy who loved to celebrate and have a beer, and he was 4 years older than me, and he was the same. A lot of people used to say he was always helping other people, and where does it come from? I really don't know, Naz, and that's, for me to say that is really quite something, because I know myself pretty well, but I'm going to ponder that, and I will today, and I'm going to let you know, because I'm just trying to think. My mother was an amazing woman, who ran our family household like a streamlined, with 7 kids. And yeah, I don't know where it came from, but I just love it. I love supporting other people, and I love seeing other people get to where they want to get to. And just coming to me now, Naz, is that maybe it's because of all the work that I did and all the people that have helped me, and I know what a difference that has made. I just, yeah, I'll ponder that some more. Thank you for asking. I'm a warm hug always from afar. Oh, thank you, Nicola. Yes, you are very helpful and willing to support others for sure. Love the genuine YouTube community with real people all over the world. Yeah, me too. It's it's such a community here. It's just incredible, and I think there's a group of us too that kind of started, at a similar time, that have been supporting each other, and that group seems to be growing. So there's lots of if you want to connect with some of those people, if you haven't already, hook into some of the comments on my videos, and you'll see some of those regular people that we're all fairly new here, and that we've all been supporting each other. So yeah, just back to see if I didn't miss any. I hope I didn't miss anything in the, just looking at the comments here. Oh, Cheryl, I missed yours. Your goal is to get to monetization and provide a free PDF and go live for the first time. 3 goals, fantastic. How are you going with that free PDF? I know we talked about it a few days ago or a week ago. How are you going with that? Let me know. That was something I talked about in my business video, was the importance of having an email list. So Cheryl and I had chatted about that. So on that, if you're wanting to grow a business, make sure you've got an email list. If you haven't got one, start one today. Check out that video, and if I can help you further, happy to do some coaching. There's a link in my description on my channel. And I've just managed to hook back into the platform KDP for my book. So I'm going to be reducing the price of my book, because I had a bit of an issue with that, where I no longer had the email address that I was using on that platform, and I couldn't access it. But I've got it back again now, and I do need to reduce the price on my book. And I'm also thinking about recording it as an audiobook. So I don't know if any of you listen to audiobooks. I know I do. I love audiobooks when I'm out walking or driving or something. So I thought I'd do that. And then I've got it on an audiobook as well as the Kindle and paperback. And I'll do that for my next book as well. So yeah. Cheryl, rebounding live. Yeah, I know. Cheryl's rebounding channel is awesome. I'm just so amazed at what you can do with a rebounder, Cheryl. You, I didn't know you could do all of those things on a rebounder. Just an amazing array of exercises that you do. So yeah, you should go live with your rebounder. That would be amazing. It would be fun. Hope I didn't miss anything else. So if you've got a goal that you are currently working on, how is it going? Are you on track? Are you making progress, or are they still just goals on a piece of paper? Let me know, and maybe we can help you get started with those, because it's important to write your goals down. You're 42% more likely to achieve them if you do. But are you procrastinating? Now, I know I procrastinate. You're on track, Nicola. Brilliant. Amazing. What platform are you using for your blog? And I'm assuming you're going to have other things on that website as well. Set your dates and keep to it. Oh, you're amazing. You're amazing. I don't always stick to my dates. I tend to procrastinate when I don't know how to do something. That seems to be my thing. I'll, I'm really good at setting goals, and yes, I'm really good at achieving lots of things. But if there's something that I don't know how to do, and I've got a block in my head about it, that's when I really need to examine that limiting belief. And I've got a video about that too. And I need to look at that and ask myself what the truth is, and work my way through that. Because it's something that, I've noticed for many years that I tend to procrastinate when I don't know how to do something. So, Cheryl, have you got a date for your to put your PDF out? Let me know. Okay. I don't know how you guys, some of the people that we follow on YouTube, Rob the Maritimer and Ty Myers, and who else? Live streams that I join, they have, close to 200 people on, and the chat's going flat out. I don't know how they keep up with it. It's it's just no. I think I've got everything. That's all good. Okay. 31st of August, I'm launching it's Malaysia Independence Day. Oh, cool. That's awesome. And what platform are you using, Nicola? Are you finding that okay to navigate? I know I was using Wix for my websites last time. I always build my own websites. And I've still got it sitting there for when I might put it live again. So, yeah. So, guys, is there anything else I can help you with today, or that you want to chat about? I'll be here again live next week during the week at the same time. It'd be cool to see this grow. I know it will over time. These are always a bit, can be fewer people to begin with. And to be fair, I started my lives about 6 or 8 weeks ago, and I did them for a few weeks, and then I stopped when we were away because it was really tricky trying to find a space that I could do them in. So I've got something sorted for that now for when we're away again, because we will be going away in our camper van again sometime in the next few months. So, Cheryl, you'll work on a date. Fantastic. So write down your goal and put a date beside it. And you can do it. It's easy. Cheryl's going to do a PDF of the benefits of rebounding, right, Cheryl? Was that what you were going to do? Yeah, cool. So, I think we'll wrap it up there today, guys. Thank you so much for... Oh, another question. QQQ. I can so I can find it and all that. It does make it so much easier. How did you manage your time to ensure you got everything done as a business owner? Oh, Naz, yeah. The honest answer, I worked every hour God sent. Yeah, I think that's the thing, and I said that in the video I did about business, was that as a business owner, at least initially, you're going to work harder than you ever have in your life for the least amount of money. And whilst that probably doesn't sound that great, I'll give you the flip side of that now, is that in the end, with my paint business, I worked about 5 hours a week, and I earned more money than I'd ever earned because I outsourced a whole lot of stuff. So, so if you stick at it and you outsource and you do it right. But to answer your question, how did I manage everything? The only way I manage things, and always have done and still do, is using my Google Calendar. So everything is scheduled, and maybe I should do a video on that, and then I could show you my calendar. So even now, because that was an old thing from my corporate days, that was so ingrained in me, even now, everything is in my calendar. And I say, and absolutely everything. From walking with my friend, from traveling down to meet her, from appointments to recording my YouTube videos, to editing my videos, to going live each week, to watching the live streams I want to watch each week. So Naz, yours is in my calendar, New Creator Club. Rob's is in my calendar. Ty Myers is in my calendar, so that I don't miss them. Steve Brocky's is in my calendar. So everything is in my calendar. And if I'm traveling somewhere, I've got the traveling time before the appointment and the get ready time. So yeah, as I said, this is something I learned from supporting senior executives in the corporate world, managing their diaries. And it's such a good thing. Like, it's just like, I know now that I can rely totally on my calendar. And the reason I have the get ready time and the traveling time is I know that if I'm going out at, if I need to leave the house at 9:30, I've got to be starting to get ready at 9 o'clock. And yeah, it just works for me. So I will do a video about that at some point. And I said earlier, batching time to whether it was writing blog posts or scheduling social media posts. Now it's, recording YouTube videos. And I know, as you said, I think you did that, you recorded a whole lot at once. It makes such a difference. So my calendar is what I live by. And I think it's so ingrained that I've just carried it on through my retirement. And it works really well for me. So, and I have, on a Friday afternoon, I have a little celebration at 5 o'clock. Remember to celebrate the week, what went well, and other little things sprinkled in throughout the week. So yeah, I'll share that at some point. As I said, I could do that now, but I don't have the software to share it. So, and also I need to tidy it up a bit and make it, because I tend to just dump things in my calendar. So if I think I need to do something, I don't work on a task list so much these days. I used to have a book where I'd write, day book where I'd write down my tasks, but I don't seem to do that now that I'm retired. I did in business. So there was my calendar and my day book, and then a scribble pad with the 3 things that I always had that I was working to manage my time. So you need to get organised with your calendar. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good, Naz. It just, it's really, really good. You're welcome, Nicola. You are very welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time too. I just, I appreciate you all being here. It's just great to be able to share things I've learned. I mean, it's just, whether it's personal development stuff or business stuff, who knows, maybe this ends up going in a business direction. I don't know where it can go, wherever it goes. It doesn't, I'm happy to share whatever you want to know and whatever I can help you with. So, yeah. And, okay, so I don't think there's any more questions. Let me know if there are any more questions. Looking forward to your blog, Nicola, and your PDF, Cheryl, and your live rebounding. That will be amazing. The other thing, if you haven't gone live before and you want to, I discovered yesterday, because I hadn't done it directly through YouTube, and you can actually go live and make it private so nobody can see it. So you can test it. You can do a test. So that's what I did yesterday. I knew you used to be able to do that on Facebook. I used to have a test group where I would always test my setup and make sure everything was okay. But you can do a live and just make it private and nobody will see it. So that's something to consider, Cheryl, to, do it, have a practice run. That, that always helps. I know you're doing lives, aren't you, Nicola? I miss them though, because they're at the early hours of the morning. And I'm sorry, I'm too old to get up that early now. Yeah. So guys, let's wrap it up there. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy to stay and chat, but I know you're all busy people, and if you've got any more questions, fire them in the comments on this or any of my videos or my posts. More than happy to help you out. And I look forward to seeing you at the same time next week and in the comments during the week. So have an awesome week. Work hard, rest well, make sure you get your rest in between your work, and I'll see you next week. Bye.